You ever done it rowing before?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, let's get started. A small but determined crew today. So it's a bummer because we're up to the last chakra, which is called the crown chakra, and it's right here at the top of your head where your crown is. And it's different because, it's kind of not, it's in the same line, but it's not on your body. It's just right above. And it's associated with the color violet or purple or white. Sometimes people use it as white. I'm just gonna show you all my chakras up my leg. So we're right up at the top. Last one. And I'll do a little review at the end. But this one has to do with your connection to something greater. Whatever your belief system is, maybe your connection to God. It also has to do with your ability to see the bigger picture. So instead of being so focused in on details, to see what's truly important, the bigger picture. And it's associated with expansion. So when you're learning new things, you're expanding, right? And so you think of it as going out like that. So please close your eyes and turn to your breath. And see if you can imagine the breath moving from above your head down through the crown chakra and down into your heart space. And then kind of swirling around your heart and moving back out through the crown chakra. When we feel connected to God or something greater, we feel more connected to our lives. We're able to handle each new facet of our life as we encounter it. We're more able to see the grace in all situations. And please bring hands to heart center. May we at least entertain the thought of connection to something greater, even if it's just a greater plan, more inclusive plan for everyone. May we notice the beauty in each other, in ourselves, and all around us. Please lower your head, open your eyes. You can stay on your blanket if you're on a blanket and just stretch your legs out wide to start. And just, I want you to feel, so from your sits bones all the way up through the crown chakra, just notice the length. And then stretch your arms up and interlace your hands and just place your hands right there on the top of your head And don't press down, but think of pressing up into your hands with the top of your head with that crown chakra. Good. And then just kind of arc to your right and coming up through center, arc to your left, coming up through center. Just face your right leg and bring your hands down and just fold. We're not going as deep as we can, just kind of warming up. So stretch out over that leg. And then stretch up, feel that length, and stretch out over your left leg. And then stretching up, come down towards the middle. And just enjoy a few breaths there. And then coming on up, go ahead and slide your legs together and fold over your legs, stretched out long. And coming on up, I'm going to have you slide off your blanket and come to the middle of your mat. And just bend your right knee. And hold on with your left hand. Reach your right hand behind you for a little twist. Again, just noticing, even though your spine might be at an angle, turning back, you're just lengthening through the crown chakra. And then coming back to center, interlace your hands around the shin. I'm going to have you round down to the floor. So what I mean by that is articulate. So think low back, and you're just going to use your shin as kind of a guide and round down till you come to the floor. Good. And then see if you can come back up doing the same way. So articulating maybe. Yeah, good. And do that again. Round down. See how slow you can go. And then letting your left leg come down, just hug your right knee in. And then move your right knee to the right. Bring the right foot to the inner edge of the left leg and stretch your arms up towards the back wall. So it's tree pose, but laying down. Feel length through the crown chakra here. Good. And then hug both knees in. And bring the feet wide on the mat, arms in cactus, and just entertain a few windshield wipers, just kind of warming up the hips a little bit. And then next time your knees are up, bring the knees towards your arms in that wide position and just pretend like you're going to step on the ceiling. So keeping the knees bent, you just bring the feet up and flex them. And then bring your arms to the inside and pretend like you're going to press your hands on the ceiling as well. And then see if you can lift your head and shoulders up and use your legs to squeeze your upper arms. And then feel your back round again. So you're really lifted. Maybe your tailbone lifts even. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze your arms with your legs. Good. And then relax down. Interlace your hands around that right shin again. Extend your left leg. And round up to seated. Good job. Switch. So interlace around the left knee. Bring your right hand to the knee, left hand behind you for the twist. Imagine a violet or white spinning ball of energy right above your head. And just feel like you want to be closer to that. So you're just extending up into that. Good. And then come back. Center, interlace. And one side might feel different. You're just going to articulate down. So think round as you come down. And then come back up just to try, see how the side feels. You kick into your shin, your hands help you. As you come back up. And then round down again. Good. Hug your left knee in a little closer. Extend your right leg to the floor if that works. And then bring the left knee off to the left foot to the inner edge of your right leg. And stretch up into that tree pose. Try and keep long through the top of your head. Good. And then unwind, hug both knees in. And we're going to do that pose again. So I want you to listen carefully. You're going to keep your knees bent, bring the knees wide, and then just lift your feet up towards the ceiling in that wide position. Good. Bring your arms to the inside. See if you can feel your upper arms with your inner knee. And then lift your head and shoulders so you can get even further down there. Press your hands to the ceiling. Maybe even lift the tail. So press the belly button towards the spine. Squeeze your arms with your knees. And relax down. Good job. Interlace in front of that left shin. Extend the right leg. And come on up. Rounding, articulating up to seated. Good job. Come to all fours position. And start moving through a cow, cat. I've already done a lot of rounding. I'll really emphasize rounding away and rounding down. One more. Then pause with a flat back. Extend just the right leg. Check your core. Check the back of your neck. Think I'm going to stay really connected through the crown. Lengthen. Add the left arm. maybe flex and point the foot a few times. Good. Bring the hand down. Bring that right foot off to the right side and set it down and just kind of move forward and back. Feel that inner thigh. And then move your hands forward a little bit. We're going to thread the needle. So the left arm's going to thread underneath the right. Put that leg out. This feels a little different. Couple breaths there. And then come on back up. And we're going to switch now. So the right arm threads underneath the left. You won't be able to come down as far, but feels really awesome for me anyway. Big stretch. Okay, come on back up. Bring that knee in. And we'll switch sides. So extend the left leg. Think of length all the way through the crown chakra. Add the right arm. Point and flex a few times. Lengthen the back of the neck. And bring the hand down. Swing that foot out to the side. It's in the same line as your knee. And just kind of move forward and back. Stretch out the inner thigh, maybe your quads a little bit. And then bringing the hands forward so you can slide underneath, slide the right hand towards the foot. Foot. Good. Come on up. Switch sides. A little deeper stretch. You won't be able to come down quite as far, but that's okay. And then unwind. Bring that foot in. Back to all fours. And just go ahead and sit back to a child's pose. Check in with your quads. And then stretching your arms all the way long in front of you. Ground them down. Curl your toes under, lift up and back to a downward facing dog. And even in this position, I want you to feel from your root chakra, clear down low, all the way up through the crown chakra. You feel this connection, a straight line. It's not perfectly straight, but it feels like a connection. Run your clavicles a little bit. Keep those armpits hollow. And then just swing your hips side to side a little bit. Maybe your heels swivel. And then come forward to plank. Feel that connection all the way up through the top of the crown chakra, through the top of your head. And then you can lower the knees to lower down, or if you want to, just lower down through chaturanga to the mat. Good. And then stretching your toes long, come up on your elbows. So elbows are right under shoulders, forearms are down for Sphinx pose. And I want you to think, I want to draw the shoulder blades towards each other and down a little bit, broaden the clavicles, and just stretch up through the crown chakra. Not tilting your head back, you're just feeling like, oh, I have all this connection. Good. And then relax. Just bring your elbows wide now and turn so you're on your right ear. And then keeping the armpit, the right armpit hollow, come up on your left fingertips. And then just kind of open up a little bit. If you're stretching that right shoulder, big stretch, yeah. And then come down and switch. So left elbow's grounded. Keep that left armpit hollow. Come up on right fingertips. Good, and come on down. Now bring your hands by your chest. Just press your forehead on, not press, but set your forehead on the floor so you feel that length. And then think from my low earth chakra all the way up. I'm just going to lengthen and then I'm going to lift to cobra. I'm not even using my hands. I'm just thinking lengthening through the top of my crown. And then you can add the hands if that still feels good. Good. Lower back down. And one more in this little sequence. You're going to stretch your arms by your hips. Start with forehead down, then think lifting the head straight up, lifting the shoulders, lifting the arms. Shalabhasana or locust pose. Maybe lift the legs and feet. It feels like a good thing to do. And lower down. Good. Curl your toes, push into your hands, and move all the way back to a downward facing dog. Make sure your feet are hip distance. One hand width at a time. Walk your hands back to your feet. Probably have to bend your knees as you get closer. And then just pause there in a forward fold. Noticing how gravity kind of pulls your crown down towards the floor. You can walk your hands side to side a little bit if that feels good. Way. Check in with all the ligaments and muscles in your legs. And then just like when you rolled back onto your back, I want you to articulate up. So think, start at the base, slowly roll up to standing. Oh, good. Now we did it on our backs. Let's do it here. So let's just start by standing on your right foot. Lift your left heel or right heel up. Left heel, my right. I'm trying to mirror you. And then turn that knee and foot out. And then see, maybe bring it up below your knee. Or maybe you can bring it above the knee. Ooh, these are definitely slippery. Think core. Think extending up through the crown. Notice how your whole spine engages when you do that. And come on out. Whew, these are slippery. And let's try the other side. So lift the right heel first, turn it out. Think I'm going to just extend up and then bring it wherever it feels like sustainable and extend up. And release. It's one of those balance days. Okay, grab your blocks and come up to the front of your mat. Inhale, stretch your arms up. Feel that length. And exhale, fold forward. Pranam, thinking lengthen through the crown. And exhale, fold. Step your right foot back to a deep lunge. And just kind of gaze back at your foot in this position and say, ask yourself, do my toes point straight ahead? Are my feet hip distance? And lift the heel super high, stretch out your bottom of your foot, and then maybe stretch through the heel. Do that a couple times just to kind of feel it out. Always trying to stretch the muscles in our foot, the ligaments, the tendons. Good. And then go ahead and set that knee down and stretch up to Anjaneyasana. I want you to start by feeling that length through the crown. And then you can always arc the back backwards with that connection. And then please touch down. Lift the back knee and step back to downward facing dog. Extend the right leg, three-legged dog, and just kind of feel that. And then as you bring the knee towards your nose, feel how the back rounds, and then step it up. So you're on the other side, yeah. And if it doesn't make it all the way, just help it up there. It's no big deal. Check your toes. Are they pointing straight ahead? Lift really high with the heel and lower a couple times. Just working on the Achilles on the foot. Good. Lower your back knee. Come up again, Anjaneyasana. First thinking length. And then you can always allow it to evolve. When your head's in line with your spine, feels safe, connected. One more breath. And touch down. Good. Lift the back knee and step forward. Inhale, pranam. Exhale, fold. And inhale, sweep all the way up. And bring hands through heart center. Just close your eyes for a moment. Just noticing your connection through the crown. Good. Open your eyes, stretch up. And exhale, fold forward. Pranam. And fold. It's time to step your left foot back first to a deep lunge. And ground that back foot down. And come up to warrior two. So even in this position, I want you to feel like, wow, I'm standing up through the top of my head. Draw your low belly up. Just a little reverse. So left hand down, right arm up. And come back to warrior two. I'm going to have you bring left hand to the hip, right forearm to the knee. And your block's right there. If you want to, you can bring your right hand on the block to see. And then turn your belly and chest forward. Extend the arm. Notice the connection between your leg and your arm. So if your block's too far out in front, slide it back so you can feel your arm and your leg together. That's it. Good. Good. Reach that left hand forward, palm facing down, and then reach for the other block. Turn the back heel up and step back. Downward facing dog. Extend the left leg. And we're going to do that knee to nose thing where you really round your back, find the strength, and step it through. Good job. Ground the back foot down. I'm going to have my back to you, but that's okay. Come up, warrior two. Broaden your clavicles. Feel length all the way through the crown chakra. Somehow, when you draw up and press up, you'll feel your legs engage more. You'll feel your connection to the ground more, perhaps. That's what I feel. Reverse it. Coming back. Warrior two, right hand to the hip, left forearm to the knee, or left hand to the block. You always have that higher height too if you want. If you have your hand on the block, notice the connection, your leg and your arm, and then extend the right arm up. Hollow out your armpits, broaden the clavicles, belly and chest turn forward, and then reach the arm by the ear. And slowly bring it down to the block as you turn the right heel up. Step back, downward facing dog. And just set your blocks off to the side for a moment. We're going to come back to them, but I want to have do a little vinyasa. So inhale to plank. Either lower your knees to lower or lower down, hugging your elbows in, aiming your heart right in front of your hands. Stretch the feet long, lift to cobra. Thinking of that crown chakra. And lower. Curling the toes, pushing up and back. Downward facing dog. Good. Grab your blocks again. And this time, just step your feet up between the blocks. Inhale, pranam. Feeling length through the crown. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthening through the crown the whole way as you sweep up and bring hands to heart center. We're going to keep going like that. So inhale, stretch up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, pranam. Exhale, fold. And then turn your blocks up to the higher height and kind of bring them right by your heels, okay? And then step your right foot back to deep lunge this way and ground it down again. So keeping your left hand on the block, bring your right hand to your hip. Yeah. And then turn your belly and chest forward. Remember that connection between arm and leg. And then think, I'm just going to lift my hips up and back and straighten my left leg and see if I can keep that same lengthening feeling through my top of my crown from the root chakra, through the water chakra, through the power chakra, the heart chakra, the throat chakra, the third eye, and the crown. Good. Extend the right arm. Trikonasana, triangle pose. Gorgeous, you guys. Okay, now listen carefully. Bring your right hand back to your hip. Bend your left knee. Slide your right foot forward. And as you do, slide your left hand out, straight out from that, the little toe side of your foot. Okay, now pause there. And it's about 12 inches, maybe 18, I don't know, depending on how long your torso is. And you're just gonna press into the left foot and see about lifting the right leg up. And you want the weight right in the middle of your left foot. Lengthen through the crown chakra. It's ardha chandrasana. If you want to, you can extend your right arm if you're feeling stable. Notice. Good job. And then bringing the hand back to the hip, bending the knee, sliding the block back and the foot back. Good job. And then turn the heel up and step forward. Take a moment. Process all that. Inhale to pranam. Just use your own breath cadence. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthening, sweep all the way up. And exhale, hands to heart center. Good. Let's do the other side. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, fold forward. Step the left foot back, deep lunge. You doing okay? Uh-oh. And you don't have to lift that back foot up either. Just remember, you can adjust, ground the back foot down, left hand to the hip this time, and right hand on the block. See about lifting the hips up and back, straightening the right leg, lengthening through the crown. That's it. Gorgeous. Move the block back a little bit, Laura. There, that'll make it easier. Good. Feel supported through both feet. Maybe extend the left arm. You just work on from the root chakra all the way through the crown. Just notice how you feel that connection. Good. Left hand to the hip. Bend into the front knee. Slide the back foot forward as you bring the block out. And you might have to adjust where you have the block. It's your choice, but you want to keep the weight right in the middle of your right foot and then see about lifting the left foot and leg. And if you feel stable, perhaps extending the left arm out. This is called half moon pose, ardha chandrasana. Lengthen. Good. Left hand to the hip. Bend the front knee. Touch that foot down, and then you can slide the block back and bring the foot back. And then touch both blocks. Turn the back heel up. You can bring them to the lower height and step back, downward facing dog. And just walk your doggy out. And actually lower your knees and sit back to a child's pose. It'll feel kind of good. Deep breaths here. And then making your way back to a downward facing dog. Step your feet up between the blocks and just grab the blocks. You're going to bring them to the higher height and bring them forward. So they're right under shoulders, and it feels like you're in kind of an L shape, even though it might not be exactly an L shape. Now try and get the weight into your right foot and lift your left leg up behind you. And then ask yourself, okay, do I have weight? Maybe I keep a little baby bend in that right knee. My hips are staying square to the floor, but I'm going to lengthen from my root chakra all the way through my crown chakra and try to keep the weight in the middle of the right foot. So maybe you get lighter on your hands. Just lengthen, feel that, good. Bring that foot down and switch. Take your time. Extending the right leg back, lengthening through the crown chakra. Good, and then bring that foot down and forward fold. Just leave the blocks there. And then articulate this time. So one vertebra at a time, roll up to standing. Good. Inhale, stretch your arms up. Exhale, bring your hands to heart center. Now we're going to do that again, but without our hands on the blocks. But your blocks will be there in case you need them, okay? So you're just going to step your right foot back so that you're kind of on your toes, but your weight's in your left foot. Good. And then you're just going to shift your weight to that left foot completely. Maybe lift the right leg up, lengthening through the crown. Fall out, your blocks are there. Good, slowly come on back up and step forward. Good job. Other side. The left toes step back. I always have to bend my standing leg to start. And then when I lean forward and shift the weight, then I keep it bent until I feel totally stable. Think from the root chakra through the crown chakra. Lengthen. And bring it on in. And step forward. Good job. Inhale, stretch your arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Hands to the blocks. Turn the toes out a little bit. Bring your feet a little wider and come down to a deep squat. Or your version of deep squat. It should feel kind of good. And then see if you can bring your upper arms between your knees and then just press your knees into your upper arms and lengthen through your crown chakra. Feel that? And then once you are lengthened, then maybe you can round more. It's like traction for your spine. Good. And then come down to seated. I want to try something. And just know that any part of this is doing you benefit because you're working your core. So you may not get up into the full pose, but that's okay. Okay. And I'm going to have you do it this way. Grab your blanket and just watch me first. So the blanket goes in front of you, and I want it to be a cush. So if you do a head dive, that's your blanket's there. You're not going to crack your neck. Okay. I'm going to do it without so you can see my hand position. So we're going to start in a deep squat. And I like to start, you have to start with your heels lifted. And my hands I bring right under my shoulders. And my elbows are slightly bent. I'm going to hug my knees into my upper arms. But first, I'm going to lift my tail. I'm going to think I have to really round. So I'm going to articulate just like we've been doing. And then I'm going to shift my weight to my hands, maybe lift one foot, maybe lift both. It's called bakasana or crow pose. Okay. So try it. I'll do it this way. So the blanket goes right there. Your hands go right under your shoulders. If they're too far out in front, it's going to be harder. So the further back you can get your hands, the better. Keep a little baby bend in your elbows. Lift your tail. Your heels are lifted. And then think, articulate. So I'm going to tuck and round and then shift the weight forward. See about lifting one foot, maybe the other. Yeah, good. Awesome. Good job, you guys. And come on down. Oh, enough of that fun stuff. So go ahead and you guys did great. Both of you got up. I'm sure you did at home too. Come on down. down to your back and just lengthen first. Stretch everything back out. Good. And then bring your knees up, just bent, feet under knees, hands by your hips. Just go the opposite direction that we just did, just to feel it. So press into your feet, lift your hips, Satu Bandha. You can use your arms, shoulder blades, kind of slide underneath more. Even here, I think of lengthening through the top of my head, even though my head's at a different angle than my spine, right? I don't want to compress anything. And then lower down. Bring your arms, maybe your hands to your belly. Step your feet close to each other. Let the knees open, or Supta Baddha Konasana. And then bringing the knees up, step them wide. You can do some windshield wipers again, or you can just let the knees fall together to whatever you're up for. I worked you pretty hard, so. And then stretch out for Shavasana whenever you're ready. And as you relax in Shavasana, I'm just going to talk you through all your chakras. So I want you to relax body parts, but start with the bottoms of your feet this time. Relax the bottoms of your feet, your ankles, your calves, your knees, your hamstrings, your quads. Relax your hips, the connection point, your leg to your torso. And think of your root chakra right at the base of your spine. Imagine a red spinning ball of energy there. Connects you to the earth, to your roots. Brings you stability and a feeling of being grounded in your beliefs, in your family, maybe. And moving up a little higher, right below your belly button, between the root chakra and your belly button, is the water chakra. It's your ability to go with the flow of your life, or maybe the flow of your breath. Go be able to adapt, to change. Imagine an orange spinning ball of energy there. And then moving up a little higher into your solar plexus, right above the belly button, but below your ribs. That's your power chakra, your own personal power. Imagine a yellow spinning ball of energy there. Gives you the will to complete things, to follow through, to stand by your principles. And moving up a little higher, your heart chakra. It's a green spinning ball of energy. It's the most important chakra because it's the fulcrum between the lower chakras, which are the more earthly, physical chakras, and the upper chakras, which are more spiritual. It's also the center for love and empathy and understanding. And then moving up into your neck, into the throat chakra. Spinning blue ball of energy, kind of light blue. Gives you your ability to speak the truth, your own truth, to communicate. Make sure your unique self is heard. And then moving up right in the middle of your brain, behind your eyes, is your center for intuition, the sixth chakra, associated with the color indigo, darker bluish purple. You receive inspiration, messages there in your third chakra, whether you visualize them or just know them. And then moving up to the final chakra, your crown chakra. Imagine a violet or white spinning ball of energy right at the top of your head. Your connection to something greater. Be able to see the bigger picture, the more important picture. When you're learning, you're expanding. So that's kind of your expansion point. Anytime you try new things, you're expanding out. And they say when you're open, and all the chakras, energy just moves freely up and down through all seven chakras. So you can imagine the breath as energy if you want to. So Breathe in through the crown chakra, down through all the chakras, and out the opposite way. And as you continue to relax, I just wanted to share a reading from Julia Cameron. Each of us is unique, valuable, worthy, and irreplaceable. Each of us is kind, wise, knowing, and gifted. Each of us is filled with dignity, gifted with humor, funded with strength. We are met as equals. We bear gifts for each other. Our hearts are true friends, true colleagues. We have a place with each other. We have a need for each other. All of us seek the same answers, although we find them in different ways, different routes. All of us hold the same questions, although we express them in different ways. Our loving hearts held the solutions all of us seek. Hold the solutions all of us seek. This is a great blessing, an indisputable fact. In loving each other, we love the world. In loving each other, we find the world. The world we find is healed by our loving hearts. Starting to move in small ways. Use your breath to slowly come back. Eventually hugging your knees in, rolling to the side. Just take your time pressing up to a seated position. You feel just a little bit taller and closer to the heavens. Please bring hands to heart center. Bow to the love and intelligence in each of you. Namaste. Wow. Good. You did great. Both of you did.